Hello! In today's Archaeoscoop, my top 3 headlines are as follows. Headline number 1 comes from Dartmoor, and today this news story could only ever have been headline number 1. It's the news of organic material having been recovered from Dartmoor. This is exciting because, well, not often does it happen. Let me explain. Dartmoor is a part of the world, or part of Britain, which is famous for 2 reasons. First of all, in archaeology, it is famous for its Bronze Age landscape. Wonderful stone roundhouses, field dividers, it's an intact landscape, it's beautiful. It's also famous for being notoriously difficult to recover anything but the most durable elements of archaeology because of, well, several reasons. First of all, years of grave robbing and interest in the area has resulted in finds being plucked, no doubt, from the landscape over time. But also as well, the landscape itself, the soil itself, is in fact acidic and not terribly conducive to organics remaining. So today's news story of organics having been recovered 18 months ago in the excavation of an intact burial chamber is desperately exciting, and I could not be more excited myself actually. The finds include a bracelet on which are beads, a woven bag, the contents of which are still being sort of micro-excavated out of it, but unless the bag survived, a woven bag. So the weave itself, if nothing else, is going to be exciting. Ear studs made of wood, sort of almost like flat yo-yos, I guess, that you put in your earlobe. They make big holes, but also you wear them as jewellery. And also amber. And this instantly gives a wonderful little richness to that grave, but also to the local area, and opens up possibilities. First of all, just in terms of dress, jewellery, the ear studs themselves. It's wonderful. So for more on that, check out headline number 1. I've actually put 2 links under headline number 1 below. The first one is a written news story with pictures. The second one is a video link, which you may or may not be able to watch depending on which country you're watching it from. So, but do try and check out both because they're well worth watching. And as I say, very exciting. For more on the Dartmoor sort of Bronze Age world, I'm actually going to be making an in focus video at some point, hopefully this year, and I cannot wait to talk about it, so yes. Anyway, that's headline number 1. Headline number 2 comes from Market Harborough Parish Church, where an archaeologist has written a sort of a blog post, I guess, exploring a cache of 16th and 17th century, what they're calling children's material culture. Now what this means in real terms is toys, basically. So balls, spinning tops, knuckle bones, this kind of thing. But what the author does a great job of doing is actually putting them into context of not only as children's objects, and therefore highlighting a demographic which is very hard actually to pin down often in archaeology, but also expanding on that context a little bit in terms of its importance rather, and how important it is to talk about children and children's things in the past. I've actually already touched on this idea in a previous video. I think it was a Hidden Histories childhood video, but it's something which is very close to my heart, certainly, and it's a wonderful little post. So check it out. Lots of interesting pictures, and frankly, it's a wonderful insight into childhood in the 16th and 17th century in England. Great. So that's headline number 2. Headline number 3 actually it comes from Cornwall, and it's a bed and breakfast owner who found something in his attic, suspected it might be linked with an animal, took it to the vet x-rayed it, and it was a mummified cat. 2,000-year-old Egyptian mummy, it says on the headline in capitals. It is a headline from the Daily Mail, so please forgive me. But that said, it's also a very interesting news story. Who knows? Well, might be something in our attic here. Anyway, check out that for more on that. For all those news stories, and indeed all the news stories in the past few days, check out the links below as ever. Plenty to read, plenty to see. There's something about an arrest warrant for Machiavelli himself, and also actually, for me personally, a very interesting article, a reaction to suggestions on changing elements of the national curriculum for teaching history in schools in Britain. So depending on your interests, there's plenty to see below, so check out those. Yeah, there you go. Bye-bye.